Have you ever faced a moment when everything felt overwhelming? Maybe you've prayed for something deeply, yet the answer seems far away. You've worked hard, yet the results elude you. In those moments, do you ever wonder, why isn't it happening for me? What am I missing? Islam beautifully teaches us that patience, Sabr, is not just a virtue but a powerful key to unlocking life's greatest successes. It's a bridge between effort and outcome, a quiet strength that keeps us moving when the world seems to stall. The Quran reassures us, "Indeed, Allah is with the patient." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:153. So, today, let's embark on a journey to uncover why patience is so essential, and how it has been the backbone of success for the prophets, the righteous, and everyday Muslims striving to find meaning in their lives. Stick with me, and by the end of this discussion, you'll not only understand the importance of patience but also gain actionable insights to weave this transformative quality into your daily life. Because, let's be honest, in a world filled with instant gratification, the strength to be patient is truly a superpower. Let's be honest, patience is one of the hardest virtues to practice. How many times have you faced challenges that left you questioning your strength? Perhaps you've prayed for relief from a hardship, yet the situation feels unchanged. Maybe you've worked tirelessly for a goal, only to feel as though progress is crawling at a snail's pace. It's frustrating, isn't it? That sense of waiting without seeing results, of feeling like your efforts aren't bearing fruit? These struggles are universal. Every one of us has been in that place of doubt, wondering if we're on the right path, if our prayers are being heard, or if the success we're striving for will ever materialize. But let me reassure you, you are not alone. These moments of uncertainty are not failures, they are tests, opportunities to grow stronger and to trust in Allah's divine wisdom. Think about this. Even the greatest of humanity, prophets like Prophet Ibrahim, A.S., and Prophet Muhammad, S.A.W., endured trials that required immense patience. Prophet Ibrahim waited years for the blessing of a child, and was then tested with the ultimate sacrifice. Prophet Muhammad, S.A.W., endured immense hardship and opposition during the early days of Islam, yet his unwavering patience brought about a complete transformation of society. It's natural to feel disheartened when life doesn't go according to plan. But this is where patience, or Sabr, becomes your anchor. The Quran tells us, "And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger, and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits, but give good tidings to the patient." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:155. This verse is a reminder that trials are a guaranteed part of life. They're not punishments but opportunities for spiritual refinement. When you embrace patience, you shift your focus from the immediate problem to the greater wisdom behind it. You see, patience isn't passive. It's active trust in Allah's timing and a refusal to give up. It's the ability to say, "I know this is hard, but I also know Allah has a plan for me." And once you understand this, you realize that patience isn't just enduring difficulty. It's a form of worship, a step closer to the ultimate success Allah promises. Let me take you on a journey, a story that will illuminate why patience is not just a virtue, but a pathway to unimaginable success. Imagine a seed planted deep in the soil. From above, the earth looks barren, lifeless even. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, but there is no sign of life. Beneath the surface, however, the seed is transforming. It pushes through the darkness, digging roots deep into the ground, silently preparing for growth. Then, one day, it breaks through the surface, a tender shoot reaching for the sunlight. In time, this tiny shoot becomes a mighty tree, bearing fruit and providing shade. Now, imagine giving up on that seed because you didn't see results immediately. What a loss it would be. This is the story of patience. The effort you put into life's challenges may not yield instant results, but deep within, change is happening. Your character is strengthening, your trust in Allah is deepening, and your capacity for gratitude is expanding. Patience is the soil where the seeds of success grow. A real-life example: Prophet Yusuf, A.S. The story of Prophet Yusuf, A.S., is a living metaphor for the power of patience. Betrayed by his own brothers and thrown into a well, he could have chosen despair. Later, he was falsely accused and imprisoned, enduring years of hardship for a crime he didn't commit. Yet, he remained steadfast. Through every trial, Yusuf, A.S., trusted Allah's wisdom, knowing that every setback was part of a greater plan. And what was the result of his patience? Not only was he freed from prison, but he was elevated to a position of power in Egypt, reuniting with his family and becoming a beacon of forgiveness and mercy. Yusuf's life teaches us that patience doesn't mean waiting idly. It means trusting the journey and doing your best with the cards you've been dealt. A modern perspective: the bow and arrow. Metaphor: now, think of a bow and arrow. To shoot an arrow forward, you must first pull it backward. The more tension you apply, the farther the arrow will soar. Life works the same way. The setbacks and challenges you face are like pulling the arrow backward. It's uncomfortable, even painful, but without that tension, there's no progress. Patience is what allows you to hold steady and aim, knowing that the release will bring you closer to your target. A lesson from nature: the bamboo tree. Have you ever heard about the Chinese bamboo tree? When planted, it doesn't sprout above the ground for years. Farmers water it daily, yet there's no visible growth. Then, suddenly, in the 5th year, the bamboo shoots up, growing as much as 90 feet in just 6 weeks. Why? Because all that time, the bamboo was growing its roots, preparing to support its incredible height. This is patience in action. You may not see the fruits of your labor immediately, but beneath the surface, foundations are being laid. Allah is preparing you, building your character, and strengthening your faith for the blessings that are yet to come. Personal reflection: trusting the process. Let's bring this closer to home. Have you ever prayed for something, whether it was success, relief, or guidance, and felt like the answer was delayed? It's in these moments that your patience is tested. But just like the seed, the arrow, and the bamboo, Allah's plan requires preparation. The delay isn't a denial, it's a period of growth and refinement. As the Quran reminds us, indeed, with hardship will be ease. Surah Ash-Shar 94:6. This verse doesn't promise ease after hardship, but with it, meaning that every challenge carries within it the seeds of success. Your role is to trust the process and remain steadfast. In these stories and metaphors, we find the essence of patience. It's not about passively waiting for things to improve. It's about actively trusting Allah's timing and using every challenge as an opportunity to grow. Patience is the bridge between effort and success, between faith and fulfillment. It's what turns trials into triumphs and setbacks into stepping stones. Patience is a skill that can be cultivated with consistent effort and practice. It's not just about enduring challenges, it's about growing through them. Here are practical steps you can take to integrate patience into your life and unlock the doors to success. 1. Embrace delayed gratification. In a world that promotes instant results, remind yourself that the best things take time. Just as a farmer doesn't expect a harvest immediately after planting seeds, you too must allow time for your efforts to bear fruit. Start small. When you feel frustrated waiting for something, take a deep breath and say, Alhamdulillah for the opportunity to practice patience. Reward yourself only after completing a task rather than indulging immediately. For example, Finish reading a Quranic chapter before taking a break. By delaying gratification, you train your soul to value long-term success over short-term pleasure. 2. Make dua and trust in Allah's plan. Patience becomes easier when you place your trust in Allah's wisdom. The Prophet Muhammad, Babu, said, "Know that what missed you was not meant to reach you, and what reached you was not meant to miss you." Tirmidhi. Start your day with a sincere dua, asking Allah for guidance and strength. When facing challenges, repeat this powerful Quranic verse. Sufficient for us is Allah, and He is the best disposer of affairs. Surah Al-Imran 3:173. Trust that Allah's timing is perfect, even if you don't understand it in the moment. Patience isn't just enduring the wait. It's about believing that what's coming is better than what's gone. 3. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Every difficulty is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" The Quran reminds us, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:286. When faced with a challenge, write down 3 positive things it might teach you. For example, building resilience, strengthening reliance on Allah, practicing gratitude for what you still have. Focus on the outcome rather than the obstacle. Visualize how this struggle could shape a better version of you. By shifting your perspective, you transform hardships into stepping stones for personal and spiritual growth. 4. Practice gratitude to strengthen patience. Gratitude and patience are deeply intertwined. When you focus on what you already have, it becomes easier to wait for what's yet to come. Every night, list 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how small. It could be your health, a kind word from a friend, or even the ability to pray. When you feel impatience creeping in, pause and say, "Alhamdulillah," for the blessings you often overlook. Reflect on the fact that many others are praying for the very things you already have. Gratitude shifts your mindset from frustration to contentment, making patience a natural response. 5. Create a routine of sabr, patience, practices. Developing patience requires consistent effort. Here's a daily routine to build this essential virtue. Morning reflection. Spend 5 minutes after Fajr prayer reflecting on a time when patience led to a positive outcome in your life. Mindful breaks. Whenever you feel stressed or impatient during the day, take a 30-second pause. Breathe deeply and recite, "Indeed, Allah is with the patient." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:153. Evening review. At the end of the day, write down one instance where you exercised patience and the reward it brought you, even if it's just inner peace. This routine will help you incorporate patience into your daily life in a structured way. 6. Surround yourself with positive influences. The company you keep can greatly impact your ability to remain patient. Spend time with people who remind you of the importance of trusting Allah's plan. Join a halaqah, Islamic study circle, or listen to motivational Islamic talks. Share your struggles with a trusted friend or mentor who can provide encouragement and perspective. Avoid negativity and unnecessary complaints. Instead, focus on uplifting conversations that inspire patience and faith. When you surround yourself with positivity, it becomes easier to stay calm and grounded. 7. Remember the rewards of patience. Patience isn't just about enduring, it's about earning immense rewards from Allah. The Quran promises, "Indeed, the patient will be given their reward without measure." Surah Az-Zumar 39:10. Write this verse somewhere visible, like your desk or phone screen, to remind yourself of the eternal rewards of patience. Reflect on the examples of prophets who exhibited extraordinary patience. Yusuf, A.S., Ayub, A.S., and Muhammad, pbuh, and remember how their trust in Allah led to success. Whenever you feel discouraged, envision the joy of standing before Allah on the Day of Judgment, knowing that your patience earned you His immense mercy and blessings. 8. Seek support through Salah. The Quran teaches us, seek help through patience and prayer. Surah Al-Baqarah 245. Establish your 5 daily prayers as non-negotiable anchors in your day. During Salah, pour your heart out to Allah, sharing your struggles and seeking His guidance. Make Qiyamul Layl, the night prayer, a habit, even if it's just 2 rak'ahs. The stillness of the night is a perfect time to cultivate patience and connect deeply with Allah. Prayer strengthens your resolve and reminds you that you're never alone in your journey. By implementing these actionable steps, you not only build patience, but also create a life rooted in faith, gratitude, and resilience. Each day becomes an opportunity to practice Sabr, knowing that Allah's wisdom is guiding you toward success. Patience isn't just waiting, it's active faith in motion, paving the way for both worldly and eternal rewards. Life's difficulties can feel overwhelming, and at times it may seem impossible to stay patient. Yet, it's during these moments of struggle that your faith has the potential to grow the most. Let's delve into how emotional challenges, though painful, can become pathways to spiritual growth when approached with patience. 1. Understanding emotional struggles as a test. The Quran reminds us, and we will surely test you with something of fear, hunger, and a loss of wealth, lives, and fruits, but give good tidings to the patient. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:1-55. Emotional challenges, whether they come in the form of heartbreak, failure, or uncertainty, are not punishments but tests. They are designed to build resilience and strengthen your character. Remind you to turn back to Allah, seeking His guidance and support. Recognizing this can shift your mindset from, "Why me?" to, "How can I use this test to grow closer to Allah?" 2. Finding comfort in dua. When emotions run high and your patience is tested, remember the power of dua. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that, indeed, the prayer of the oppressed is answered. Sunan Ibn Majah. Pour your heart out to Allah, even if your words are imperfect. He understands your pain better than you do. Make specific du'as for patience and clarity. A simple yet profound du'a is, "O Allah, grant me patience and strength." Remind yourself that every tear shed in sincere prayer brings you closer to Allah's mercy. This act of turning to Allah can provide immediate emotional relief, even if the situation hasn't yet changed. 3. Reframing pain as growth. It's natural to feel disheartened when life doesn't go as planned. But imagine this. Just as a sculptor chisels away at a rough stone to create a masterpiece, Allah is molding you into a stronger believer through challenges. Reflect on past struggles that you've overcome. How did they shape you? What did you learn from them? Write down how your current challenges might be teaching you important lessons, such as humility, reliance on Allah, or gratitude. When you view pain as a necessary step toward growth, it becomes easier to embrace patience. 4. Connecting with the stories of the prophets. The lives of the prophets are filled with examples of incredible patience. Take Prophet Ayub, A.S., who endured years of illness and loss, yet remained steadfast in his faith. He said, "Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." Surah Al-Anbiya 21:83. When facing emotional challenges, reflect on these stories as sources of inspiration. They remind us that even the best of humanity faced trials and triumphed through patience. Use their examples as motivation to persevere, knowing that Allah never abandons those who remain steadfast. 5. Practicing self-compassion. Patience doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It's okay to feel sadness, frustration, or even doubt. It's part of being human. What matters is how you respond. Give yourself permission to grieve or feel disappointment, but don't dwell on it. Use it as a moment to turn inward and seek Allah's guidance. Remind yourself that patience is a process. Even the strongest believers falter at times, but they get back up and strive forward. By practicing self-compassion, you allow yourself to heal while staying connected to your faith. 6. Leaning on community support. Sometimes, the best way to overcome emotional challenges is to seek help from those around you. Share your struggles with trusted friends or family who can offer encouragement and remind you of Allah's wisdom. Join a support group or halaqah, where you can connect with others who are also working on building their patience. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and steer you toward positivity. A supportive community can provide the strength you need to stay patient during life's toughest moments. 7. Focusing on the bigger picture. When emotions threaten to cloud your perspective, step back and remind yourself of the bigger picture. Every struggle you endure with patience brings you closer to Jannah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace said, "No fatigue, nor disease, nor sorrow, nor sadness, nor hurt, nor distress befalls a Muslim, even if it were the prick he receives from a thorn, but that Allah expiates some of his sins for it." Bukhari. Reflect on the eternal rewards of patience. Imagine standing before Allah on the Day of Judgment, knowing that your perseverance earned His immense blessings. Focusing on the ultimate goal of earning Allah's pleasure can make emotional struggles feel more manageable. By embracing these strategies, you can transform emotional challenges into opportunities for spiritual growth. Patience doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means channeling them into actions that bring you closer to Allah. Every challenge you face is a reminder that Allah is with the patient, guiding you toward a brighter and more rewarding path. Patience is not a one-time act. It's a habit that requires consistent effort and intentional practice. To truly embody patience and let it guide you toward success, you must build a foundation of consistency and momentum in your daily life. 1. Start with small, achievable goals. The Prophet Muhammad, peace said, "The most beloved of deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they are small." Bukhari and Muslim. This wisdom teaches us the importance of taking small but steady steps in cultivating patience. Begin with simple practices, such as pausing before reacting to stressful situations or saying Alhamdulillah when things don't go your way. Gradually build on these actions, increasing their frequency and depth. For example, if you're working on being patient with others, start by practicing it in one conversation a day, then increase it to all your interactions. Consistency, no matter how small, creates lasting change. 2. Create a routine. Anchored in faith. A structured routine helps reinforce habits of patience and discipline. Integrate acts of worship and reflection into your daily life to keep patience at the forefront. Begin your day with Fajr prayer and ask Allah for strength and patience in all that you face. Set aside time for dhikr and recitation of the Quran, as these practices calm the heart and remind you of Allah's presence. End your day with dua, seeking forgiveness and reflecting on how you practiced patience throughout the day. These consistent spiritual routines keep your focus on Allah, making it easier to remain patient in all circumstances. 3. Embrace a growth mindset view. Every challenge is an opportunity to improve your ability to be patient. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, frame them as learning experiences. When faced with a delay or difficulty, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, How is this helping me grow closer to Allah? Track your progress in becoming more patient. Journaling about your successes and struggles can help you identify patterns and areas for improvement. This mindset fosters resilience, helping you stay committed to the journey of patience. Celebrate progress. Consistency is fueled by acknowledging your growth, no matter how small it seems. Reflect on moments when you exhibited patience and how it positively impacted your life. Reward yourself for milestones. For example, treat yourself to something special when you respond calmly to a challenging situation instead of reacting impulsively. Celebrating these wins reinforces the behavior and motivates you to keep going. 5. Surround yourself with positive influences. The company you keep greatly influences your ability to remain consistent. Seek out friends and mentors who embody patience and can inspire you with their example. Avoid negativity or environments that test your patience unnecessarily. Instead, surround yourself with people and situations that encourage personal growth and reflection. A supportive community provides encouragement and accountability, making it easier to sustain your efforts. 6. Trust the process. Building patience takes time and effort, but the results are worth it. Remind yourself regularly that patience is a journey, not a destination. Be kind to yourself on days when your patience falters. Each setback is a chance to refocus and try again. Trust that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to becoming a more resilient and faithful believer. By committing to these practices, you'll develop a strong foundation of patience that becomes second nature. Over time, this consistency will not only bring you closer to Allah, but also prepare you for the challenges and successes that life presents. Remember, patience is not a momentary act, it's a lifelong journey of faith and perseverance. As we reach the end of this journey together, let's take a moment to reflect. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about trusting Allah's wisdom, timing, and love. It's about believing that even in the hardest moments, He is preparing you for something greater. The power of patience, a gift from Allah. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "Indeed, Allah is with the patient." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:153. This verse serves as a beacon of hope, reminding us that we are never alone. Every time you choose patience over frustration, you draw closer to Allah's mercy and blessings. Imagine the transformation you can achieve by practicing patience consistently. Think of the peace it will bring to your heart and the strength it will add to your faith. Your next step, commit to the practice of patience. Now, it's time for action. Let this be the moment you commit to nurturing patience in your life. Start small. Pause before reacting in challenging situations. Reflect on Allah's wisdom daily, trusting that every delay is part of His perfect plan. Surround yourself with reminders of patience, verses from the Quran, inspiring stories of the prophets, or encouraging company. A vision of hope and strength. As you move forward, remember that patience is not a sign of weakness. It's your strength, your shield, and your guide. It equips you to face life's uncertainties with grace and unwavering faith. Each act of patience is an act of worship, bringing you closer to Allah and unlocking doors to success you may not yet see. Final call to action. If this message has resonated with you, take a moment today to reflect on how you can embody patience in your life. Share this reminder with someone who might need it, and let's build a community of believers who support and inspire one another. Together, let's walk the path of patience, trusting that Allah's plan for us is far greater than anything we could imagine. Keep striving, keep trusting, and always remember, patience is the key to every success, both in this life and the hereafter. May Allah grant us all the strength to remain steadfast. Ameen.